The next episode of True Wrestling Fan Discussions, continuing our Clash of the Champions review series. This is going to be WCW Clash of the Champions 35, the final clash. I'm your host, Mike.
I'm Frank, man. Let's go ahead and get into this one. Yep, the final clash. They came to an end. Eric Bischoff finally decided we're giving away too much. You should start looking at your nitros. So this is going to be it for them. August 21st,
Because
1997, in Nashville.
they went to the
Uh,
monthly pay-per-views. That was the
yeah, and then eventually they gave us that trashy shit show called Thunder.
oh jeez, that's a whole other story. We'll get to that in
Oh
a couple
God,
of years.
I don't want to. Tony Schiavone, Bobby the Brain Heenan, and Dusty Rhodes doing the commentary. Let's go ahead and kick it off. They showed what happened on the last Nitro where J.J. Dillon told Sting he had until the Clash to talk to him and
Mhm.
tell him what
What
exactly
do
he
you?
wanted. We all know what he
Mhm.
wants. He came to the ring, grabbed J.J. Dillon, and pointed to the signs, and J.J.'s like, what? Dude, are you that stupid? There was 7 signs that said Sting wants Hogan.
This is way before pointing to the WrestleMania sign.
Exactly. Only JJ's not getting it here. He's like,
Yeah.
bro, this is who he wants. Unfortunately, we'll have to wait another 4 months for
Mhm.
that until JJ gets it through his head.
Mhm.
But in any event, uh, opening matchup for the night. Oh boy, we're going to start you off real good. For the United States title, it's Jeff Jarrett defending the title against Steve Mongo McMichael.
He broke
Take it away.
6,000 guitars, never drew a dime. When Jeff Jarrett came out, you could hear a rap piss on cotton.
And we can't do a top 10 because I can't even find a top two.
That's
So that's it.
that's never gonna happen.
I could do a top 30 of his worst matches. That's pretty much his whole career.
No, it's just
In any event, uh, to add insult to injury during this match, Jarrett used the 3-point stance against Mongo, used his own move against him. Of course, naturally, Deborah's distracting the referee because obviously now she's in
this feud.
Jarrett's
This
corner.
this feud just won't die.
This is shitty. This is really a shitty feud, and especially over the U.S. title of all. And the fact that you gave Mongo the U.S. title
Uh,
degrades it even further. I mean, it was bad enough Jarrett had it, but now you're passing it over to Mongo.
at that point, it didn't mean anything.
Oh, so is Mongo the number one
I
contender?
guess. I guess.
Oh God.
I guess.
In any event, during the match, Eddie Guerrero comes down, grabs the U.S. title, goes off the top rope. He meant to hit Mongo, but hits Jarrett instead. Mongo then throws him out of the ring, gets the pin, and now McMichael's the United States champion. Still can't wrestle, but we're going to give him the second top title in the organization. Good one, Eric. So following that match, Mean Gene Oakland interviewing a now heel Alex Wright.
Mhm.
Doesn't matter to me. And then, of course, the next match on the card became a no disqualification match, a Ravens rules match, because technically, according to them, Raven is not signed to a WCW contract. So he told the referee, if I'm going to wrestle this match, it's going to be no DQ. Referee has no problem. So Raven is taking on a fellow Flock member in Stevie Richards.
Didn't
Or
Goldberg
uh,
didn't Goldberg fight Raven in a Ravens rules match? It
for
was
the U.S. title,
yeah.
yes.
I was.
Every match that Raven had was Raven's rules.
What about Raven? I liked him though. I
I
like
really
Raven.
did, and I love the feuds of WCW that he had with Benoit and Page over the title.
Yeah, it was good stuff.
WCW did more with him than WWE ever did.
Oh,
WWE just
100%.
buried
No, it
him.
wasn't even close. Johnny Polo, Jesus Christ. Anyway.
Well, okay, let's not forget Scotty Flamingo.
Oh Lord
And
Jesus.
yes, yeah, WCW, Scotty Flamingo.
No Lord Jesus. All right.
But Johnny Polo, yeah, yeah. In any event, this was an all right match. I'm not a fan of Stevie Richards. Never was. I'm not, every time I look at him, I'm reminded of the right to censor, which is, bothers me enough right
He only
there.
had a cup of coffee in WCW, right? How long was he there?
Literally. He was there very shortly. He went back to ECW.
Yeah.
Then him and Blue Meanie got signed on to
Right.
WWE, and
Because I remember
then,
him in ECW. I
yeah,
don't really remember like much of WCW.
no, he was there for a short time,
Yeah.
and then you remember after the whole right to censor thing, he became the manager of Chronic, which was a cup of
Right.
coffee.
Oh Jesus Christ. Anyway,
He was an all right wrestler. He was good in ECW for mimicking doing the
Stevie kick,
BWO
the Stevie kick.
and doing the Stevie kick. Yes,
Yeah.
but in this case, he ain't getting no Stevie kick
No.
because Raven DDTs him and gets the
See
pin and
ya.
gets the victory. So thank you very much, Raven. So following that, we had a video package for the Ultimo Dragon, which was pretty cool. Uh, Next match on the card was for the television championship. It was the Ultimo Dragon defending the title against Alex Wright. Mike Tenay actually joined the commentary on this one, so you know he's filled loaded with info. This match was actually pretty good. I mean, Alex Wright's repertoire in the ring really didn't change. Just his ego got
Right.
bigger, whereas he got a heel, which isn't saying much because they didn't do anything with him. But this matchup was actually pretty good between the two of them. A lot of
That was
high
fun.
flying
Yeah.
stuff. After Ultimo attempted a roll up pin right with a kind of German suplex, that's how he gets the pin, and he wins the championship. He wins the excuse me, the television title. So congratulations for him. It took him to be a heel to become a champion. So next match on the card was for the cruiserweight title. It was Chris Jericho defending against Eddie Guerrero. We've seen this match a
Hmm.
bunch of times. It gets better every time they
Yeah.
do it. Now, what was interesting about this match was really the ending. The multiple pin reversals that these guys were putting on each other until finally Jericho was able to get that one roll up that Guerrero couldn't master, and Jericho gets the pin and retains the title. However, after the fact, the match Guerrero drop kicks
Yeah.
Jericho, then
Yeah.
delivers a brainbuster and a frog splash.
He's a heel.
Yeah, he's full-fledged heel
Mhm.
now. Oh, just wait until Jericho gets there. God, I could
Yeah.
not stand it. Oh, I could not stand it. But in any event, this was a good match, and Chris
That was
Jericho
good.
is still the cruiserweight champion. Next match, Mike Tenay was on commentary team again. It was Psychosis, Silver King, Volano 4 and 5 versus Juventud Guerrero, Super Calo, Hector Garza, and Liz Mark Jr. I feel like we've called this match before. It's possible. Again, a lot of high flying moves in this one. Didn't disappoint. Fans again still not catching on to the whole AAA style. I don't know why. It's for you seeing it every time in the cruiserweight division. Maybe if these guys got out of the 8-man tag and into the one on one
Yeah,
against the
maybe.
guys that are top contenders for the cruiserweight title, it might be a little
Hmm.
different. Some of them do, not all of them. Super Calo put Psychosis on the top turnbuckle. He went for an inverted head scissor, but Sonny Ono held Psychosis' leg. Then Psychosis with a top rope leg drop. That's how they get the pin and got the victory. So Psychosis, Silver King, Volano 4 and 5 were victorious on this night. I thought this segment was actually pretty cool. And this brought me back because I really forgot. I honestly forgot that this segment even existed on TBS, the whole dinner and a movie.
Oh yeah. Brought back
Man,
memories.
I am totally lost because I remember watching this stuff too,
Yeah.
watching these guys and watch the actual movie they put
Hmm.
on. Mean Gene Okerlund is interviewing the cast, and you know because this is also the birthday of the NWO,
Yeah.
so everything they're making has a Macho Man theme to it. And if you haven't caught on, Dinner and a Movie Cast is now NWO.
Hmm. Just like everybody else.
Pretty much by this point, you and I are in.
Yeah.
Come
Exactly.
on,
Yep.
look, you had something good where 20 years later, people are still
Yeah.
wearing
Of
these to
course.
the events. It's amazing. Nobody will forget ever. Just can't do it again. Now, Savage had come out during this, and was all celebrated. Mean Gene is sick to his stomach. After Savage left, they were talking crap about DDP. Page then shows up, trashes the set, and then gave a diamond cutter to Paul Gilmartin, which was great.
He
Remember, this
sold.
is
Yeah,
the
he
year
sold it
of
too.
diamond. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
he definitely sold it. And
Yeah.
then
It was cool.
remember, this is the year of Page
Yep.
with this huge feud with Macho Man Randy Savage. It's great. Now, our next match on the card was Ric Flair and Kurt Hennig
Yeah.
versus Conan and Six.
Well, Kurt keeps turning down his membership to the Four Horsemen. Eventually, he does become a member of the Horsemen for like a week.
It would be an
In honor,
honor.
yeah. When Arn Anderson relinquishes the spot.
Not just any spot, my spot, live
Yeah.
spot, dog spot, my spot. I
But
love it. I love it.
but it was cool seeing Henny and Flair together.
It was first thing I thought of was Monday Night Raw. Because when
Good match.
when you go back and watch these, you start thinking of other times that they were in the
Yeah.
ring.
When he was the consultant, I think it was the executive consultant, right? That was his position, I think.
Yeah,
And then he fought Flair in that retirement match.
yep. And again, if anybody, I'll mention it whenever the Mr. Perfect bio comes up, and I mention if you these two guys had an incredible match back in the '80s.
Hmm.
So every time the Perfect and Flair fought, Hennig and Flair fought, it never disappointed. But teaming was just as good.
Hmm.
This match was actually pretty decent. Flair trying to put the figure four on Conan. You kind of thought something was up because Hennig then threw six across the ring. He collides with Ric Flair. So then you're wondering, is something up here? Now we know, obviously, eventually Hennig's
Right
going to make
later
the
on.
turn because we've seen
Yeah.
this. I didn't remember if it was this event or it was further down the road. Turns out I was wrong. Hey, I'm not perfect. No
No
pun
pun
intended.
intended. Yeah, no pun intended.
Conan tried to pin Flair off of that, but Flair kicked out. Hennig with the can't call it the perfect plex,
Yeah.
the fisherman suplex,
The Henning Flex.
the Hennig plex on Conan gets the pin. And of course, afterwards,
Much,
Mean Gene
yeah.
Okerlund interviewing, are you a member of the Four Horsemen? No.
No. And the Flair's looking
Just
at him
like
like,
that.
wait,
Just
wait.
no. And Flair chases him down the aisle and he goes, but didn't we just have a good match?
Right.
He goes, let's leave it at that for right
It was a really
now.
good match, yeah.
But Flair's like, screw this, I need an answer.
You
Won't
know,
give him.
looking back on it, he should have stayed in the Four Horsemen.
Yes, I agree.
He fit right
I
in.
think he would have been a perfect,
And I think,
again, no pun intended,
right.
a perfect asset to the Four Horsemen.
And I think that could have furthered the NWO Four Horsemen feud. I think it would have helped a lot. But
Yeah. And it would have been a lot better than, I mean, I know you like the whole rap is crap thing, but the
no,
West
that was
Texas
that was
Rednecks
that was a
thing.
couple years later though. I'm talking
Yeah,
about
but
in
that's pretty much, once Henning came back from injury, that's pretty much where he's
yeah, it
heading.
was pretty much. No.
Unfortunately. But right now, I think as hot as he is, or
They
getting
sh-
there, I think
they
the
should
Four
have
Horsemen
left
was
him
his
in
ticket.
there. Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
Bischoff, all he had to do was, if he thought it was a good idea, do the opposite. That's all he had to do. Now on to our main event, which was for the WCW tag team titles, and the NWO pulled the what I like to call the Freebird rule, which
Yeah.
anybody can defend the tag titles. Now it is Hall and Nash that are the tag
Right.
champions. They are set to defend
Right,
against Diamond Dallas Page and Lex Luger.
the original Wolfpack is Hall, Nash, and Six.
Yeah, but on this evening, because of the birthday, Kevin Nash steps out and gives it to Randy Savage.
Right. I don't know how that works. I
Well,
understood.
because of the whole NWO group.
Okay.
So
All
the
right,
NWO has
yeah,
the tag titles, so they use the
'cause
free
the
rule
Wolf-
where anybody can defend it.
Yeah. The Wolfpack made more sense.
It did, but since Six already
Yeah,
had
right,
wrestled
right,
that
right,
night,
yeah.
Savage was like, "Ooh, I love
Yeah.
it." So now you got Scott Hall and Randy Savage versus Diamond Dallas Page and Lex Luger, which makes sense because Savage and Page. Now right now at this point, all the NWO went back to the locker room because they were all out there, and except Kevin Nash, he stayed. Why they allowed it, I don't know. For now, the ref not looking, Nash attacks Luger. Gee, go figure. Nash getting involved? No, that's not going to happen. Anyway, Nick Patrick ejects his sorry ass, so he can get his 7-foot keys to the hell up and out of here. You're not going to defend the title? Get the hell out of. Get out. Now, during the match, Hall hit Luger, who in turn hit Page, and this is just the unfortunate luck you have when you go up against the NWO. Page groggy accidentally hits the diamond cutter on Luger.
Yeah, that was it, and it was lights out.
Hall just just crawls over, covers Luger, and gets the 1-2-3. And Hall and Savage retain the tag titles. But, ladies and gentlemen, we're not done yet. Now the NWO comes out. They have the whole celebration in the ring, including with Eric Bischoff. The flyers are falling. The balloons.
It's the year anniversary. It's the like you said, happy birthday 1 year. You see how big the NWO got at this point, and it's already like we didn't know back then. We didn't know. This is all in hindsight, but looking back on it, you could see that it was getting watered down already. Even in '97, it was already starting to get watered down.
It was because once they started letting in the WCW wrestlers,
It was
because
too much.
the whole time we're thinking secretly this is Vince McMahon's doing because they're all WWE guys. We know they're not.
I didn't think that, but storyline wise, yeah, I see what you're saying.
At first, I kind of thought it might be because in the Slammer 1 week he actually wrote is Vince McMahon invading WCW, and I'm thinking, is it possible?
That's like
I was like, nah.
That's like the Vince Russo theory years later, where the theory was that Vince sent Russo there to destroy and put the final nail in the coffin. Which, listen, I know it's silly, but it's actually he did. he did have a hand in bringing the ship down, so it's actually really funny. But that was just a
Had a ha-
conspiracy theory,
had a hand in it. He put the iceberg in the way of the
right? But
Titanic.
it was already on the way down. But anyway, I don't want to get too sidetracked on that. But yeah, they're celebrating in the ring. It's
Yep.
all of
And
them.
then all of a sudden now the lights start flickering, and then all of a sudden you see Sting in the rafters with a
It's
vulture.
Sting. It's Sting.
I think this was also the first time that new song for him
Oh,
was played.
yeah. And they have
But
the monologue. They have the
with the
girl
child
talking
talking, yeah, with the girl talking,
from
which
the
was
crow. They took it from the crow, but it's fine. It worked.
it's all right. It
No, it
worked.
was awesome. It was awesome.
And then, of course, the lights went out. When they
Yeah.
came back on, the vulture was sitting on the rope.
Right.
Everybody's like freaked out. Nash wants to hit the freaking
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
Don't hit
I
it.
know. We gotta go, ladies and gentlemen.
You're gonna have the World Wildlife Fund all over your
Yeah.
ass.
Oh,
Don't hit
Jesus
him.
Christ.
So in pretty much, if you didn't realize what Sting wants, because you notice Hogan wasn't there. He's up in
No.
Montreal shooting a movie. They claim.
Three
But
Ninjas. I don't know. I don't even know what he was filming at that point. It doesn't matter.
who cares?
It was a bomb. Whatever it was, it was a bomb.
It was a shit show. It doesn't
But
matter.
overall, what do you? I mean, I thought it was entertaining. This it was fun.
This
wasn't
one
great,
went out
but it
with a
wasn't.
pretty good. It was an all right card.
No, it was fun. It was fun.
We
No Hogan.
finally, yeah, thank God. You finally hear from Sting
Well, sort of.
as far as what he wants. Well, Dylan couldn't figure it out on Nitro.
No, he didn't talk though. He just he was just
He
there.
pointed to the sign.
Right. I know. No, he doesn't talk until Starcade when he says "Mamacita," and you're like, "What? What?" It's weird.
Oh
but
yeah,
anyway.
and then when he wins the belt, he goes, "Yeah,
Yeah,
okay."
yeah,
Look,
yeah.
he spoke 17 months.
Yeah.
But for the last one, it was pretty good. Now,
Yeah.
again, like I said, you got Sting getting more involved now. We know what he wants. So, freaking give it to. Well, we're
Yeah.
going to give it to him. We're just going to wait 6 more months. So,
Pretty much. All right. That's our review. Please like, comment, subscribe. See you guys soon.
take care.